everybody, and welcome back to another episode here of the Mission Recondition series of the Jacksonville Jaguars on the Proud here on Madden 25. As we're back here today, and we're in our bye week here in week 12, and of course we got some more action coming up here later in today's episode. We're actually going to go ahead and sim week 13. That's the Houston Texans game, who we've already seen in action here. We'll talk more about them. And of course, for the first time in this series here today, we'll also take on the Titans for the first time. And we'll see that game. That'll be our feature game here in today's episode. So hopefully you guys having a great afternoon. And of course, thank you guys for supporting this series as well. And of course, don't forget to, if you're new to the channel, hit that like button if you like what you're seeing and here on the channel, as well as don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you guys be notified of this series or anything else here on ESGNet Plus LP. So let's go ahead and get into it. As we currently see, we're 10-1 going into the game, and of course most recently here we lost to the Vikings in a very close game there, and it was a tough one to take, but nonetheless here we're really strong going into the bye week here, even though we did pick up a win before we got into the bye week, of course, against the Lions. And now we're getting ready for kind of the quote-unquote second half of the season, as we'll put ourselves on the line here again, taking on the Texans and of course the Titans for the first time this season. Take a look here, the current standings right now. Of course, you guys can pause the video here and see what how the NFL looks like right now. And there's some pretty some decent surprises here, and of course there's some ones I'm kind of some good surprises and some bad surprises. Surprises that, hey, they're doing well for this new season here, and of course there's some head scratching surprises, like how in the hell are they that bad with that record? So but yeah, it's been a pretty good season so far here, and of course this series has been a lot of fun. I'm enjoying playing this. If you guys are not familiar with this series, it's a pretty popular type of series here that we're doing here on the channel, with a lot of sports YouTubers are doing, which is basically doing a sim series where I basically just set up the game plan every single week. Kind of discuss what the game plan is going to be about, what I'm hoping to see from our team, and of course I'll make some personnel changes depending on who we're playing, and let it just pretty much do CPU versus CPU. So there's a lot of YouTubers doing that here, especially with Madden, and of course now even with college football. And of course we're going to extend this. We've also, it's not necessarily CPU versus CPU, but we've extended this to the world of FIFA. In our Manchester United series here on the channel, which will be making a return very soon. But as we take a look here, look at the AFC North. Bengals right now lead this one 7-4, Steelers 6-4, Ravens 6-5, and Browns 3-7. Right now, their Browns are on a 6-game losing streak, and of course they're trying to get themselves out of that here, and they got a few more weeks left to try to do that. Not necessarily get them in a chance to get to playoffs, but at least have a successful record. Like as I mentioned before, we're 10-1. Colts right now are 5-6. They have a 4-game losing streak here. We played them in the last week of the season, and that'll probably be the feature game as we're kind of wrapping up the season here. But the Titans, we have not played yet at all, and we'll play against them here coming up a little later, like I mentioned at the top of the video here. We'll play them towards the end there, as they're currently right now in second place in our division. Jets right now lead the AFC East with a 8-3 record. Bills 6-5, Dolphins 5-5, and the Patriots 4-7. They are really taking a real nosedive here. Even though they do have a rookie quarterback there leading them, but it's not like them. Chiefs had a rough start, but they've gone ahead here and now turned things around here. They're on a 4-game winning streak. They're currently 8-2 in the AFC West. Broncos right behind them with 7-4. Chargers in third. Of course, the Raiders in last place in that division. And of course, in the NFC North, you got the Packers and the Vikings right now, both 5-5 for the season. Packers on a 2-game winning streak. The Vikings on a currently 1-game losing streak. But the Lions are down by lost 3 games. Of course, we helped them out there, losing their 3rd straight game. And of course, the Bears had a tough time as we beat them in London a couple episodes ago. And they're 2-8 right now, currently on a 5-game losing streak. Looks like this rookie season for Caleb Williams, at least in this series here, he is struggling. Of course, if you want to see him going on the opposite direction, just a little cheap plug, definitely go check out our series with the Chicago Bears here over there on the main channel here of ESGNet, and check out that series there. It's been a lot of fun playing that one as well, and seeing what we can do with Caleb Williams and of course Roman Duzier, the 2 rookies there that we got in this spring. Been a lot of fun playing that series. But let's take a round out here. The AFC or NFC East there, Eagles currently right now a 9-1 record. We had a very nice game against them. A lot of fun and excitement in that one. 49ers are going to, of course, take off with the NFC West with a 6-4 record. Rams right behind them, 4-6. The Cardinals 3-7, and the Seahawks 2-8. So as we go into the season here, take a look at the season numbers so far at this point. 3,124 yards for Trevor Lawrence, 26 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. He's completed 78% of his passes, and it has a QB rating of 112.1, which by far, I think he is leading in. I think he's in the top 5 touchdown passes, but I think he's leading passing yards this season here in the NFL. Travis Etienne staying healthy, doing a really good job here for us. 922 yards rushing, 7 touchdowns, no fumbles from him, which is really big right now, especially at this point in the season. Trevor Lawrence with 209. He also has 7 rushing touchdowns as well, but he's fumbled the ball 3 times. And really, truly, this offense has been really coming alive here. I mean, Trevor Lawrence really being, taking a really strong approach to the passing game, and also too just doing a great job of realizing that, hey, I got to get rid of this football, and he finds guys like Christian Kirk there, 829 yards, 10 touchdowns. Ingram as well has 5 touchdowns. He has 731 yards. He's been really doing a great job there throwing, and as you see there, he's been doing a good job there, kind of spreading the ball around. Davis with 7 touchdowns for the season, 656 yards for him, 571 yards for Thomas. He has 2 touchdowns, and Etienne as well helping out in the passing game, as he has 185 yards for 2 receiving touchdowns for this season. So it's been really good job. I mean, the team has been really exciting to watch, especially defensively. There was a lot of, we've had 2 overtime games where we've been very successful winning. And doing a series like this, I've always wanted to do a series like this. I've been kind of testing things out and how to build a decent, play calls, and also, just building a good playbook here. And of course, that will of course, evolve as we go along here in this series. And it's supposed to be, more faster paced, which it has been. I feel like it's been more fast because, we're literally covering almost 3 weeks for the most part here in an episode. So we're almost done with this first season, and really, truly, it's been a lot of fun. Just doing all of this and putting this together. And like I said, I've been wanting to do this for a long time now. Of course, this was not the original series original team I was wanting to do it with. I was actually going to try and do it back a couple years ago with the Kansas City Chiefs when they were on the, of course, Patrick Mahomes, having a great time with, during his first couple of years in the league. And I was wanting to do it then, but just kept putting it off to the side. And finally this year I decided, like, hey, we're going to do it, but this time we're going to do it with, Jacksonville. We'll do something to start it off with this team. Depending on how fast we get through this series, maybe we can go back and maybe do one with Kansas City, kind of like where they're at right now, like kind of a mid-season, more like a mid-season episode series, like Hard Knocks or something like that. We can see where how the Chiefs are doing, or what if we did this at mid-season with the Chiefs. So that's something I'm really kind of flirting around with right now, for possibility with that with a series like that for them. But then also too, I have some other ideas for some other content as well here on Madden 25. So stay tuned for that. But as we take a look here, defensively numbers, I've been really satisfied with this defense. This defense has been coming alive. Guys like Gibson, like Savage, Lloyd, Armstead, you name it. These guys have done it, and they've been doing a great job here of just really doing a great job there attacking opposing offenses, and really making the quarterbacks feel uncomfortable in the pocket, or just putting a hurting and brutalizing wide receivers and halfbacks when it comes to a lot of these games that we've been in watching here as of late. And I'm hoping that we can continue that as we get to, obviously after this bye week. Hopefully we'll be able to do some more of that, and especially, we got our competitors. We still got conference game, or I should say division games still coming up. Like we got two today, playing against the Texans again, and we're very successful in that last Texans matchup there. We did a great job there keeping CJ Stroud in check, not letting him get too crazy when it comes to the passing game, and just made sure that we were able to maintain, and kind of stop what, kind of control what he could do and what he could not do on the field. And speaking of him, he has 3,096 yards, so he is second place right now when it comes to passing yards. Jared Allen, who we had in our previous series there on the main channel with the Buffalo Bills, he's there in third place, and of course Patrick Mahomes there in the top 5, or I should say the top 10 there. But yeah, some pretty good decent numbers here from the usual suspects there. Of course, you got some veterans that are kind of dwindling their careers here, kind of floating around in places. Joe Burrow right now leads in touchdowns here. You see Trevor Lawrence in third place with just 26. Patrick Mahomes right behind him, along with 26 there. And of course, Josh Allen has 30 there. He is in second place. So, and pretty good company there, I would definitely have to say, for Trevor Lawrence. And, I'm just hoping that I think one of the things I'm really concerned about, and we'll talk about it here actually the next, somewhere, I think it's probably the next two episodes from now, we'll talk about the draft, and we'll look at some of the draft classes, because I really want to make sure we have a decent offensive line. That's one of the main things I want to focus on for this upcoming season, is I want to make sure we have a good offensive line that can protect us. This year, it started off not too great, and I'm hoping that, as we build up, so far as the season's been going along here, it's been getting better and better, but I want to keep that up. I want to make sure we keep certain guys, on the offensive line. Other guys that are, especially if they are up for contract renewal, well, if their numbers not doing so great, we're going to go ahead and just let them go and bring in some new fresh, blockers, guys that we can develop over time and really have a strong offensive line. And of course, defensively, I think for the most part here, I haven't looked at the defense so much when it comes to contracts wise, but I know we have a few guys that will probably definitely be missed, and of course we have to make those tough decisions if we're going to overpay them or not to come in and play for us. But I think for the most part here, defensively, we should be pretty sound. But like I said, we'll have to figure that out. And like I said, for the most part, we'll have to take a look and see what positions that we're going to have to focus in on. I have been making some notes here as of late of what changes we're probably have to make. I don't want to really change the playbook too much here this first year. Maybe after season 2, maybe change the playbook a little bit, something, because for the most part, I'm really enjoying what this play setup we have. Maybe next year, this time next year, and when we go into season 3, maybe we could change it a little bit, alter it some from what we have right now. But I think for the most part here, I like the players that we have, the playbook we're calling right now, and for the most part, we're getting results. So as you take a look here, we're looking at the rushing numbers there, and of course we're amongst those the top rushers there in the league. Barkley and Moss right now, of course, have the most rush touchdowns on the ground, 11 apiece there. Mixon right there at 10, Najee Harris at 10, and then just keep going down the list here. We're somewhere close to what we see here. I believe Lawrence here with 7. Where's ETN? Okay, ETN has. Okay, there he is. ETN has. ETN has 7. So he's right there in the mix as well. So and like I said, ETN's been doing a great job here this season. He's staying healthy. He's playing very well, and we're hoping that we'll continue to, be one of those things that keep going. But at the same time, I'm not stupid. Halfbacks. That's one of the toughest positions to play because you're literally getting hit almost in every other play. So we're definitely going to be looking at possibly in this draft, looking for a decent second round, if not third round type of halfback here, because like I said, I really want to focus in on linemen, offensive linemen. That's the part of the first 2 picks I'm going to try to make here in the draft, is working on that particular position there, working on the line, making it stronger, and getting it ready for season number 2. And of course, if there are some decent players that are around in that late third round, or mid third. Well, yeah, I think we have a pick in mid third or late. Yeah, either mid or late third round. Hopefully, we can be successful. And of course, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think we do have quite a few draft picks because of trades and stuff like that. I have to look and see again what those picks are. But we'll definitely make some moves off on both sides of the ball. But most importantly, this first year, I really want to make sure we can strengthen that offensive line because we had that overtime game in the first week in the game against the Dolphins, and then we had another close game there against the Patriots, which I mean, in a lot of ways I kind of wish that it was not the case in that one, but so yeah, we just got to make sure we can finish strong and just be able to build on to what we have right now on that offensive line, because right now I still feel like it's still shaky. It's still a little unstable, and we just got to try to do a better job of getting the right personnel in there to help us out. Now, defensively, like I mentioned before, I feel solid there. But they take a look at some defensive numbers there, and of course, I really feel like we need to work on the linebacking core. Really, I would like to just really try to make sure we can focus on the secondaries or corners. They're great. I love those guys. They've been doing a great job for us. Interceptions wise, Campbell, Savage, Ofakon. I mean, those guys in the secondary, linebackers and safeties and corners, just been doing a great job there for us. And I really would tip our hat to them, as they've been really. I mean, a lot of games, when we were not doing so well offensively, defensively, they said, "Hey, we got you guys. We got you back. We're gonna help you guys. We're gonna score some points for you guys." And we're going to make sure we keep this game in our grasp. And that's what they've done here for the most part here. So I'm very happy and very satisfied with our offense, or with our defense there. I'm trying my best to not make sure we don't always rely on that, but it is something that I'm glad we have. That's why I said I just really want to make sure our offense gets the due diligence and make sure they get the right personnel coming up in the upcoming draft here as we go into season 2. But defensively, like I said, doing a great job there, and of course we'll have to make some moves here in that area. Try to find some guys that are, that are want to attack the quarterback, go after him, and cause some havoc, cause some chaos there. Especially, and then of course, obviously find some players that can play really well, lock down man-to-man defense, and of course, can ball hawk and watch quarterbacks' eyes and their movements to who they're throwing to and be on the ball there quickly. So, but guys that can just get to the ball and make great tackles there for us. So that's always one of the things we're looking for here. Of course, just take a look at some of the stats here. I see a couple players here in mind that I wouldn't mind trying to go after. And of course, if you guys know me, obviously, I've done several series here now, especially now with this new system they have where, they tell you if their interest is high, you can re-sign them. If their interests are low, of course, if you want to re-sign them, you kind of have to overpay them. And by rule, I'm not going to overpay guys here, especially if they're not being impact players there that I'm, normally saying their name on a regular basis in videos and all that kind of stuff. So that definitely will be a huge, deciding who we sign and who we don't re-sign. And I see a couple players here on these lists here, especially when we're showing defensively, that I would love to re-sign and get back here. But obviously, if they're not having no interest in us, then I'm not going to waste my time on trying to bring them back unless I think I can really convince them. But as you take a look here, like I said, we'll take a quick look back at some of the games that were kind of stick out in my mind here. Obviously, week 1 overtime game here. This is a fun one, 34-31 there against Miami. Miami had a hot start there in the first quarter. Jacksonville nowhere to be found. Had a really just from the starting blocks had a tough time. But then started picking up the pace there in the second quarter. Really took off, and then really expanded that to the start of the second half there of the game, where we scored another 14 points, making it 28 to 17. And then of course we went on and had a little trouble in the fourth quarter, but we were able to fight back in the overtime to get a nice field goal there. And of course, there you see 410 yards, four touchdowns, 3 interceptions for both men. Tonga also had 351 yards. Both sacked a couple of times there in the game. Johnson came in and took over as ATN, which made me kind of scared, because I'm like, oh no, we can't start the season with ETN being hurt. But he was hurt, but he was able to bounce back. He came back in week 2 and had a very strong game. But Johnson, 24 carries, 108 yards for him on the ground. Jalen Waddle for the Dolphins, there you see his numbers, 9 catches for 171, a touchdown. Christian Kirk had a big game there in week 1 of 11 catches, 127 yards, a touchdown. Ingram, big help there. I love throwing to tight ends in Madden, and he was a big help for us, even though I was not playing this at all. But it seemed like I was, in a lot of ways, when we were throwing to the tight ends there, it seemed like I was playing it. But Ingram, 12 catches, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns. Monster, really, he had a couple of catches there and got in the end zone a couple of times. But the ground game, we really did a great job of really shutting him down. He was the target that we were looking at when it came to rushing. And one of the key offensive players. He did have a breakaway. He got away from us in a deep passing route there. But on the ground, we did a great job there of really securing him and making sure he doesn't have a great game against us rushing wise. So I was very proud of that. We kept to that game plan that we had from the very get-go, and great performance there. So then we, of course, won against the Browns 41-24 in week 2. Move on to week 3. It was a Monday night game, and we take on the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. One that won 21-14. Really tough. There was a very huge defensive battle in that first half, where Buffalo, of course, towards the end there at the second quarter there, going into halftime, they were able to score a touchdown there because of Josh Allen. 331 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. He had a rough second half. Again, defense coming alive there, really getting into him. But we were able to fight back in the second half as we had 2 touchdowns from our quarterback. And, of course, on the ground, Trevor Lawrence had a rushing touchdown as well, so that really helped out. ETN, of course, not a huge impact in the game. He had 20 carries for about 67 yards. And, of course, again, he had a nice game against the Browns, but then he kind of reverted back to this week in week 3, kind of back to what he was back in week 1. Christian Kirk, 8 catches, 86 yards there, no touchdowns. But Thomas and Thomas for us had a great game there. 5 catches for 71 and a touchdown. Curtis Samuels for the Buffalo Bills, he also had a decent game there. He was able to find the end zone. 5 catches for 69 yards, giggity, and 1 touchdown for him. So, and then of course you take a look at the numbers there. We also ATN also, even though he didn't do a great job there on the ground, he had 2 catches for 15 and a touchdown there late in the game. So I was very happy. We couldn't get him the ball necessarily on the ground like we wanted to, because I was really hoping that he was going to have a 100-yard game. But he found a way. We found a way to get to him regardless, and now of course that was through the air, and we did a great job of getting the ball in his hands and having him find his way into the end zone. But defensively, it was a good job. We did a great job there. The guys played very well, and we of course won that game, like I said, by 7. Then we went on to go to week 4, play against the Texans, had a nice win there. And then of course a couple weeks later we go to London for the first London game of the season, and we take on the Bears. And of course Williams, the quarterback there, Caleb Williams of USC, had a game, 247 yards with 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And of course Trevor Lawrence, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, a sack. He threw for 342 yards. He completed 82% of his passes. By far, probably one of the big games leading up to this point here for him this season, as he did a great job there. Been nice if we could avoid some of the interceptions, but this Bears defense is actually pretty decent in this game, so they did a great job. Travis Etienne, 22 carries for 71 yards. He had 3 broken tackles, and then of course his longest run was 14 yards. He was real hot at the beginning there in the first half there, and of course obviously kind of was quiet in the third quarter, and then kind of ramped back up in the fourth. Came close to a couple touchdowns, but unfortunately he will come up short there, at least on the ground game. Christian Kirk, 5 catches, 102 yards, a touchdown for him. Ingram had a touchdown at 97 and 8 catches, and then you see the rest of the numbers there. For the most part here, we just did a great job, passing the ball around, making sure guys had touches, and of course found their way in the end zone. Defensively, Campbell had a nice game there for us, and of course a couple other people as well. And like I said, we just did a great job there. Josh Hines Allen, of course, he had a nice TFL there for him. 5 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and a sack and a half for him. Interception wise, we had 1 interception from Darby. He had a nice game there, and of course he was able to get an interception. That was really the only interception we had in the game, but it was a big one, and it really helped us out in with field position, of course, getting the ball back, and obviously helped us win the game. Then, of course, we played the Patriots week 7, as that was a back-to-back week in London, as we were able to defeat the New England Patriots in overtime by 3. A really good game. We remember we dropped in that game in the fourth quarter, seeing the last drives for both teams, and really both teams were just puttering along. It wasn't really until Jacksonville got the ball, the first drive in the overtime, and were able to move the ball successfully, get down to the point where they obviously stopped the Patriots. Patriots had possession of the ball first, and then were able to move the ball down the field in field goal territory and got themselves the win. Drake May, the quarterback there for them, 318, 2 touchdowns there for him. He had a nice clean game, sacked twice. Trevor Lawrence didn't get sacked, but he also didn't throw no interceptions at all. 287, 2 touchdowns for him. He was 23 of 34 that game. He completed 67% of his passes. So good day there for him. But of course, the helping him out here was his running mate there from Clemson, and that was Travis Etienne. 16 catches or 16 attempts on 136 yards and a touchdown there for him, as he had a nice day there on the ground. Of course, Gabe Davis, 7 catches, 122, a touchdown for him. There, and of course Ingram had 8 catches, 62 yards and a touchdown. That he also had a nice day on the field. And of course, take a look at the rest of the Patriots numbers. Patriots had a couple of good touchdown passes there to some of their wide receivers, helping them out in that game. Defensively, Ofcon, 13 tackles there, no sacks, but he was pretty much flying all over the field and making some great plays, and just doing his job there as that field general for us there in the middle linebacker position, making sure everybody was doing their job, and it was a great successful day there. We had a couple of sacks there, as you take a look there as well. So like I said, this defense has been very kind to us and has played very well. Then of course the Eagles, we played against them. That was a Sunday night game. This one was a fun one to watch as well, as we win this one 31-28. Jalen Hurts just had a tough time with this defense and how to do something with them. But in the fourth quarter they started to, they were working their way back to the game here. But then the last drive or two I think they had for Philly, he turned the ball over. That gave us a chance to get back in the ball game, and that helped us. Matter of fact, one of the plays that one of the balls he threw was an interception, and we took it back for a pick 6 for a touchdown. So Jalen Hurts, 426 yards, completed 35 of 43 passes there for the game. 81% of passes were completed, but he had 1 touchdown, 1, and 5 interceptions. His day throwing the ball was horrible. Even though he threw that many yards there, he did not look comfortable in the pocket, especially in that first half. Our guys did a great job there of coming in on blitzes, and of course, there was a lot of those interceptions were by coaches. Him doing a poor job of throwing the ball, poor coverage reading there from him. Etienne, nice day, over 150 yards for the day, 2 rushing touchdowns. But Jalen Hurts, he did poorly through the passing game, but he did a great job there on the ground. 40 yards on 4 attempts, 3 rushing touchdowns there from him. Trevor Lawrence, 3 for 24. And then, of course, take a look at the numbers there for passing. Like I said, Reynolds was really the only person to really help him out there with that touchdown. 5 catches to 97 yards. And, of course, take a look at the rest of the numbers there. Gabe Davis helped us out passing-wise, 3 catches for 54 and a touchdown. But like I said, our defense did such an amazing job of really making Jalen Hurts really uncomfortable in that pocket. And of course, like I said, this was a Sunday night football game, so everybody was watching. And at this point, I think the Eagles were also undefeated as well. So we were able to, knock them down and get them out and take a win from them. As take a look there, the rest of the numbers here defensively. But I really say this was probably by far one of the funnest defensive games I've seen from our team, especially against a great quarterback like Jalen Hurts. We really did a great job there of really controlling the way how he can play. Obviously, the 3 rushing touchdowns he got on us, because majority of those were red zone, and that's another thing. The many times they moved the football as quickly as they were moving the football through the air from Jalen Hurts, it was anytime they got close to the end zone was the game where they he threw picks. That was he had a tough time with red zone, trying to get red zone touchdowns there. We were just doing a great job there, just watching his eyes and seeing he was throwing to. And of course, if he threw a ball in the red zone, we end up taking it. So, and then of course we finally got taken for a ride there as we lose to Minnesota, 28-24 there in Minnesota, as we come up short this week. As take a look there, just was not a good second half for us. Really a tough first half, only scoring 3 points. But JJ McCarthy, 340, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 4 sacks in the game. He completed 24 of 37, but that's about 64% of his passes were completed. Trevor Lawrence, 350, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. This Viking defense were just, I mean, they were everywhere. They just did not let go. They did not, give us too much, leeway to do really anything. Obviously, Aaron Jones had a nice game, 20 carries for 118 yards, a touchdown for him. And of course, this man right here, Justin Jefferson. What can I say about him? I mean, he's just one of the top wide receivers out there. It was hard to cover him. I thought we had the right personnel to cover him in the game, but 10 catches, 161 yards, 2 touchdowns in the game from him. He just was just a one-man show. Him and JJ definitely have a bright future for themselves in Minnesota. And there you see defensively there, a lot of good tackling there from Minnesota. Swarm over the ball, and they just read Trevor Lawrence very well. Trevor didn't do too much of a good job of hiding his flaws in the game, because Cashman, there you see Pace, Peterson, Klein, Sign, and all those guys there got interceptions, and did a great job there. Of course, we did have some forced fumbles and fumble recoveries, but again, those were late in the game and really did not translate to a win there, even though we only ended up losing by 4. So take a look there. You see the so far of the season ended today. This is what the awards would look like, which I'm really surprised Coach Bond's up for Coach of the Year. So hopefully we can keep that going for him. And then of course, take a look at the AFC numbers here, or AFC finalists, I guess you can say here. Right now, like I said, the season ended today. These are the guys would be the ones that would win the awards right now. And of course, ETN, we're trying to do our damnest to get him that award for best running back there. Of course, that means we have to try to run the ball just a little bit more there, get a little more, more out of him as we go into the latter part of the final couple weeks of the season. But yeah, like I said, that Vikings game, that was a tough one. That was a tough one to deal with, but nonetheless, we dealt with it and we took the loss as JJ was showing why he was the number one, why he's one of the best young quarterbacks coming out of the draft this past season, and why he did what he did there in Michigan, win a national championship there for them, and of course now trying to get this Viking squad, on that next level of being in the playoffs. But let's take a look here as we get ready to get to our next game here, which will be after the bye week. We're taking on the Texans. You got offensive coordinator talking about some things here and discussing about what we should do during the bye week and what should we be studying. And of course, there you see Coach TJ Bonds talking to his guys here at a team meeting about what they need to get better on. And they say slot receivers the ball more, and that means try to get the ball more to Brian Thomas. And you see Trevor Lawrence telling us that Brian Thomas is by far one of the best receivers on our team, and that he, our slot receiver there, needs to get more catches here. And so, of course, we're going to try to make a decision here on how many catches we should get. And of course, one's risky, one's riskier, and we decided to go with try to get him more catches. So we're going to try to get him at least 3 a game here to improve his average and see how well he does. And of course, there you see that's one of our goals here, to finish off the latter part of this season here. Try to get our wide receiver, Thomas, more committed and get him more involved in the games by throwing the ball there to him a little bit more. So try to get 3 catches a game for him in that effort. So we got some updates, or some upgrades here, I should say, for a couple of players here as we get ready to go into week number 13. Of course, like I said, week 13, we're playing against the Houston Texans. This time, this one's at home, and the Texans, there you see their points per game. They're in second place with 31, right below us, as we're in first place right now, scoring about almost 32 points a game. But there you see, as we went ahead and sim, and so actually this is the first matchup we had against Jacksonville against Texans. CJ Stroud, he was kind of the guy that we were watching for the most part here in this game, making sure we didn't let him scram. By the most part here, we pretty much had the same game plan that we had before in the first time we played against them. So Stephon Diggs, of course, big day there for him. 12 catches, 133 yards, but no touchdowns for him. And there you see a couple other players as well in that. Of course, like I said, this is from the first meeting that we had between these two teams here. And for the most part, I think, talking to at least a lot of the coaches here going into this week's game with this, meeting up with the Texans again, the feeling was that, for the most part here, they was wanting to kind of stick with the same game plan and approach that they had from the first time they met up with the Texans. So take a look here. This is the first look at the NFL playoffs here, and there you see we do have the first round bye of the season that started today. Kansas City would be number 2. Number 3 would be the Jets. The Bengals would be at 4. Broncos would be at 5. 6 would be Steelers, and of course number 7 would be the Texans. And speaking of the Texans, we're going to have pretty much the same game plan that we had before. We're going to try to see if we can defend that short passing game from CJ Stroud, as he's been getting better and better over the last couple weeks, especially after we got done playing them back in, I think it was in week 4. And of course, then we have to worry about defensively, or I should say, what the offense needs to do here against the Texas defense. Of course, worry about Hunter here, who is a really good blitz specialist there. So just trying to make sure we have some time on the line to be able to look down the field and make some plays here. That's going to be really crucial for us, as that pass rusher could really make a really nasty day for us if we don't keep a watch on him. Brian Thomas there got a nice little upgrade as well. Jones, there you see his man-to-man there as a corner. Gonna get a nice little upgrade, help out there for him. And then we take a look here at some of the injuries there. Not some big significant injuries there for the most part, but definitely some injuries for both squads here as well. See Trevor Lawrence, of course, CJ Stroud. Of course, this is the second time they've matched up here in this season's head-to-head here. And of course, like I said, last time they're in Houston, we beat them. We were able to get a defeat. That's why we're in the position we're on right now. And now we're going to try to see if we can try to do the same thing here today. But this time we are at home. So we'll go ahead and sim this real quick here. As already here going the second quarter, halfway through the second quarter, Houston playing a really good football. But then we start to come back here in the second half. And Houston kind of a back and forth here between the two squads here. And we'll see how this one's going to end. And it's going to end in a 35-33 matchup here, as Jacksonville able to barely get a win here today, as they will come up short in this one here today. So good job from our guys, as we are able to show that this team is, they can play, and they did a great job there, especially in the second quarter, coming back down by 7, and then able to get 21 points going into the half, taking the half 21-17, and then really not able to do anything during the third quarter. Kind of a back and forth, a lot of stall drives, but Houston able to score there, so they took the lead. And then fourth quarter, finally got things going and started going in the right direction, and made some nice plays as we were able to pick up the victory there and win that one by 2. So great job there from our guys. As you take a look there, no turnovers for either side there, so it was a pretty good clean game for both quarterbacks here. I want to say that was the same thing like last time. No, I take that back. CJ Stroud had a tough go. I think in the first 2 drives, he threw back-to-back interceptions, and the second one happened to be a pick 6 that we took back there. So a little bit better job this time around. 30 or 36 there for him. CJ Stroud, 345 yards there for him, 3 touchdowns. Trevor Lawrence, 22 of 27. 260 yards. He completed 81% of his passes, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions for him. This was, I think he was very happy. Obviously, we were at home, but had a great performance there for us, and did a great job. ETN, 12 carries for 63 yards, no touchdowns for him, but both quarterbacks had touchdowns, rushing touchdowns. Lawrence had 5 carries for 16 yards, a touchdown, and CJ Stroud as well had a touchdown on 4 carries for 16 for the day. So both quarterbacks getting involved. Of course, Mixon, 17 of 76 there. Neither one of our halfbacks could really find their way into the red zone, or in the end zone here in this game here today. Tough break there for them. Diggs, over 100 yards for the day for him, obviously 1 touchdown on 8 receptions. Dell, 8 receptions, 102 yards for a touchdown. Kirk and ETN both had the most highest yardage there for us receiving. And Houston, I will say, Houston did a great job there. He had 2 guys over 100 yards for the day. But ETN had 2 receiving touchdowns there, so he made up for what he could not get on the ground. And then Gabe Davis helps out as well. He had a nice touchdown for him. Kirk, 7 catches for 69 and a touchdown. Ingram, 6 catches for 72. ETN, 6 catches for 69 yards. Defensively, some of our top players for the most part in this game here. Savage had 9 tackles. His tackles numbers have been going up here in the last couple of weeks now, and I'm very happy to see that be the case. Walker, he had 4 tackles and a tackle for loss. And another player that just been doing very well in the last couple of weeks is Lee Better. He is a young player for us. I think he's a lineman, and he had 3 tackles, a tackle for loss in that game as well. So, of course, there you see some upgrades to some more players here. As of course, we're trying to get everybody increase and be a lot more better there on the field. And so now we get ready for the featured game here in today's episode, as we're taking on the 7-5 Tennessee Titans. And there you see the Titans schedule so far here. They had a really close game there on Monday Night Football there in Week 4 against the Dolphins. And then, of course, they've had some back and forth here with a lot of different teams, and they've not really had a steady winning record streak going on for themselves here. Of course, last week they were able to defeat the Commanders 28-7, and like I said, it's been a kind of a seesaw battle for them this season, with wins and losses kind of going back and forth between dubs and L's. But they do have some. Of course, they don't have the great rating like they had because Henry no longer with the Titans here. Of course, he is now with Baltimore, and so that hole there they gotta try to fill is gonna be really tough. Of course, last year's rookie quarterback Will Levis, he is now his second year here with the Titans, and he's gonna try to see what he can do. Tony Pollard's gonna take over in the running game. There you see last week 13 carries, 63 yards for him. Hopkins, 6 for 23 and a touchdown for him on the ground. DeAndre also had a pretty decent day, 6 catches, 66 yards, no touchdowns to the air from him, and Calvin Riley, 5 catches for 54. So they, I always say their top 2 wide receivers here not been playing too good of football as of late, and I think this week they want to try to change that as much as they possibly can. And of course, get Tony Pollard involved in the running game for them. As of course, you got Jeffrey Simmons, you got Snead. Who else do you have? You have Singleton. All those great defensive stars they have there, who are going to try to make an impact in today's game, and of course try to see if they can stop this momentum that's going on here with Jacksonville. As you guys, guys like Sebastian Day, they're one of their young upcoming players, Elijah Molden as well. Going to try to see if they can put a stop to this momentum that we've currently been on here as of late. So we'll see the game plan here. As you see Levis there, we're going to try to, coaches are suggesting that we should defend the medium passing game, but if you look at it, it's only 72.8. So I really want to kind of stop him in the short passing game. Our defense has been doing actually a really good job of doing that to a lot of the quarterbacks here this season. He doesn't have the best deep passing, but his short range passing is slightly better. So I base off his rating here. That's why I feel like what we need to do the most. We have a good linebacker core that can help us out in that medium range passing, can make stops. But at the same time, they're really good here. Like I mentioned before, are really doing a good job here of stopping the short passing game. And speaking of the short passing game, we're going to go ahead and go with that here for today. As you see, Snead definitely hasn't been putting up some really big numbers here so far this season. He has 45 tackles, a tackle for loss, and 4 interceptions. But if you take a look here, he is a very well put together player here. He has great play rec, so trying to throw something deep to him in his direction there, it's not going to be well received. He is definitely going to make some plays and really try to do his best to take some back for, like I said, he's already got 4 interceptions this season. He'll definitely try to do his best to take it back on us there. So we're going to try to do our best to try to avoid him, as he is the highest rated player on the team overall. So he's at 93 overall. So we definitely got to make sure we can play well, and of course, like I said, not throw the ball in his direction if we want to try to get a chance to try to win this game here today, because right now this is the only team that we have not played yet, and if we can do well, we still got to play them at least one more time there, I believe, in back home. But we're in Tennessee here today, so we're almost defeating every single team that we've played twice so far. We got a sweep over the Texans, and then a couple weeks from now we got another chance to get a sweep over these guys, and of course over the Colts. So like I said, we're playing really good football right now. And now, like I said, we haven't played these guys yet. This could be a problem for us this season. We haven't seen too much of them. We're playing a lot of our divisional games late, so we haven't had an early look at them just yet. But nonetheless, it should be a pretty decent game here. It's a beautiful afternoon here in the Music City here in Nashville, as we'll get this one kicked off. And this is going to be hopefully be a quick stop here, as if we can hopefully get our guys out here defensively, get a quick 3 and out, and maybe cause a little problems here for this quarterback here today. Get him unstable and unkiltered here in the backfield. There are 2,740 yards there for Will, as we'll see if we can, of course, make his Sunday a not so much of a fun day. So 1st and 10 here, ball their own 30-yard line, as this will ball be handoff there. And that's going to be a nice run here for Pollard, as he'll take this one there for a nice 17-yard carry. And that's going to be a 1st and 10 here for Tennessee. So Titans, of course, coming off of that win against the Commanders last week. They're trying to see if they can get a streak going for themselves. They have not really had a streak this season when it comes to wins and losses. So they're trying to get a winning streak going for themselves here, and of course try to get a second loss put on our ledger here this season. So as I say, let's see, Will here calls his own number instead, and he's going to run this one on the other side of the 50, getting that one to the 48-yard line. It'll be a 3rd and 4 coming up here for the Titans. So Titans, like I said, we'll see what they'll try to do here to pass this one there. That's going to be caught, but it's going to be well short of the first down marker, as that was a nice stop there. As Levis, they're not happy about where his team's going. So they're going to go ahead and they elect to go for it here. So 4th and inches coming up. As Levis here drives back here in the pocket. Looks down the field here. That one's going to get broken up. It was intended there for DeAndre Hopkins, since he could not get it. And our middle linebacker will be right there making the play, as they're going to be denied a shot at the converting there on the 4th down. So Trevor Lawrence will come out now here on this first drive at near midfield, as he has 30 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, and of course 3,384 yards for him this season. As we're looking at a 1st and 10, ball on their own 44-yard line. And to be honest, guys, this is the first time I was actually cleaning, doing some housework around the house. So this is really the first time I've seen this footage in this game. So I'm going to be surprised as much as seeing how this game goes. So we'll see, because I have not taken a look, with the exception of editing. But yeah, when I just basically let this game, sit there and play while I was doing some housework around the house and kind of peeking in every so often to see what was going on. We'll see a 2nd and 11 coming up here as their man in motion. And we'll see a handoff there to ETN. They're going to run the ball. And, ETN gets hit hard there in the backfield. And it's going to be Simmons there, I believe, on the tackle. And that's going to be now putting him at a 3rd and 12. So 3rd and 12 coming up here for Lawrence, as he'll throw this one there to ETN. ETN is going to get the catch, and he is going to get this one. Unfortunately, it's going to come up short, as it's going to get to the 37-yard line. So, and now ETN now coming off the field here, as he is, looks like he's probably some kind of foot or leg injury. He's going to have to come off the field. Hopefully he'll be all right. So that means Johnson will take over. Field goal kick is up, and it is good for Jacksonville, as they get the first points of the day here in Tennessee. As the fans here in Nashville, of course, I'm sure they're not liking that at all. As we'll go ahead and kick this one here, 3-0, as Tennessee will get their second drive here in today's game. And a nice return here this time around, putting them near the 29-yard line. And there you see receiving backs touchdowns here. And ETN and Monster both have 4, leading the NFL. So now ball on their own 48-yard line. See a pass that's going to be thrown, and that's going to be a reception there for the Titans, as that's going to be a 2nd down. So 2nd and short coming up here, as they're on the other side of the 50 here at the 45 of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Levis here throws this one there. That's going to be caught, and it's going to be another 1st down here for Tennessee, as Boyd gets the catch. That'll be his first of the day. Yes, now they're on Jacksonville's 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 here for Tennessee. As they'll throw a quick pitch there. That's going to go to Pollard. And Pollard will be actually loss of a 4 there on that play. So now 2nd and 14 coming up. And of course, Jacksonville needs to be prepared here. This will be a passing situation. As we'll see Levis here throws this one up there, and that's going to be caught. And the receiver will get pushed out of bounds. Nice job there from Edmonds as he makes a stop. So now 3rd and 5 coming up after the reception was completed. Pass here over there to the right-hand side, and oh, the receiver cannot get that ball near the first down marker. They're going to be shown there as short, and it's going to be a 4th and inches. And this time they're going to go ahead and tack on 3 points here. They're going to be smart and not leave points on the field, as this one's going to go up, and that one is good. So there you see the projective MVP award, and of course there you see Burrow, Mahomes, and of course our boy Trevor Lawrence there for that potential award. Hopefully we can get that for him. He's been, as long as he stays playing clean here in the next couple of weeks here, I think he has a good chance of getting it. So we'll jump to a 3rd and 9 coming up after that failed attempt there on the ground. Trevor Lawrence here needs to get rid of this one here. He's going to throw this one out of bounds, as he just was good, decent pressure there, but at the same time, coverage-wise was just not too good there. And, of course, he'll be forced to punt. So they will punt the ball, placing the Titans there at their own 38-yard line. 1st and 10 here for the Titans. As Levis here throws that quick pass there to Tony Pollard out of the backfield. And Pollard, of course, loses 2 on that reception. Nice job there for the defense, putting the pressure on the quarterback that time around, getting him to throw that ball when he didn't want to. So 2nd and 12 coming up. And Levis here throws this one there. That's going to be a great catch, and that's going to help move the ball this time around. As you see here, OK Quan is going to make the nice catch there from him. It's now 3rd and 2. Pass there to the left-hand side, and the reception is going to be good, as that's going to be Tony Pollard on that catch. And that's another 1st down here for the Titans. It's Titans now here, ball the 44 in Jacksonville territory. There is a flag on the play, and we'll see who this is on. And it's going to be roughing the passer. That's going to be on Jacksonville. It's just going to put that on Walker. 15-yard penalty puts them there at the 23-yard line. So no discipline there that time around, as Pollard now gets his number called, and he's going to get a short carry. As you take a look at his numbers from last week, and of course we got to be more disciplined than we were there, giving up a penalty like that. So now 3rd and 7. Will draws back here, throws this one off to the left-hand side. He's going to throw that one there, and it's going to be short. It's going to be short, just 2 yards there, as our defense does a great job there stepping up here. So now Tennessee's going to go for it again here on 4th down. This is the 2nd time now. They failed the 1st time. Now they're trying to go for it here on their 3rd drive. Pass up the middle there. This time they're successful. That's going to be Hopkins getting the great catch, and that's going to put him now inside the 10. As that's going to be now a 1st and goal. 3-3 is the ball game here, with just a few ticks left here in the 1st quarter. Pass there, that's going to be caught, and it's going to be well short of the end zone. And that'll be it for the quarter. At the end of the 1st quarter, it's 3-3 here in Tennessee. As we'll see what we'll try to make some adjustments here going into the 2nd quarter now. As we'll flip the field here now. They'll go on the other side, and we'll see a nice stop there from the defense getting the backfield, making a nice play there. That's going to be Lloyd on the stop, as the ball's will be placed at the 3-yard line now here. So ball at the 3-yard line here. 3rd and goal. Levitt here, drops back here, throws this one, rifles this one, but cannot find anybody. He has to throw that one away. And, of course, looks like they're going to be forced to try to possibly go for a field goal here on 4th and goal. So we'll see now here. It's about a 20-yard attempt. Kick is up, and the kick is good. As this one, Folk has no problem getting this one up the uprights here between the pipes there. And, of course, gets the field goal. It's CJ Stroud right now leading in a receiving or in a, I should say, passing yards this season. Trevor Lawrence not too far behind him and could pass him here in today's game. 1st and 10 here for Trevor Lawrence and for the Jaguars as they get this one. A nice reception there to Brian Thomas. Of course, that's his first reception here today. And, of course, our job for this rest of the season is try to get him 3 a game. As you'll see a run, and that'll be Johnson there. He barely gets to the first down marker. That's going to be now a new set of, they'll go ahead and give him a new set of downs here. 1st and 10, ball on the 37. Hand off again to Johnson. Johnson run this one on the outside there to the left. And he is going to make a nice carry there for another first down here for Jacksonville. As Gibson felt like he could have sworn he stopped him from getting that first down. So now on the other side of the 50, Trevor Lawrence here drops back here, throws this one there. That's going to get rifled there to Thomas again. And Thomas finds his 3rd catch now here. This time a huge first down that time as it puts him at the 21-yard line. 1st and 10 here for Jacksonville as they're moving the ball here along very well. Tennessee right now leads it by 3, 6-3 here in the mid part of the 3rd quarter. We'll see a floater there. That's going to go to Davis. And Davis had it but dropped it in the end zone. Incomplete pass. It's going to be a 2nd and 10 coming up. Man, Davis could have just held on to it. Of course, he was pretty well covered there that time. But, man, he had his hands on it, just could not bring it in. As we'll see a nice short attempt there on that run there from Johnson. We'll go down to a 3rd and 9. And Lawrence here drops back in the pocket, scrambles, looking, can't find nobody down the field. He's going to fight for that first down, and they're going to go ahead and give it to him there. That's a first down here for Trevor Lawrence as he places the ball at the 11-yard line. And, of course, the Texans, or I should say the Titans, not liking that play at all. They thought they had the quarterback that time, or at least had the Jacksonville Jaguars that time. And so we'll see a quick pass. That's going to go to Ingram as the tight end is able to hold on to that one. That's a gain of 5 on the play. So Trevor Lawrence has all his big boys on the line here. Looks like it's going to be a run of some sort. No, it's going to be play action. Throw up the middle there. That's going to be a catch, and that's going to go to Christian Kirk. Touchdown, Jacksonville. As that's a great job there. Great finish on that play. And that's going to be Christian Kirk's, I believe, his 12th receiving touchdown here this season. As he finds his way in the backfield, in the back of the end zone there, making a great play. And that's going to help us get the lead here now by 4. It's going to be 10-6. Tennessee now back out here. Their first drive here in the 2nd quarter. And we'll see that one as the receiver will get this one. He'll get pushed out there near the 37-yard line for the for the 2nd and 2. So 2nd and short here. Draw back here for Levis. Levis here looks there, finds the receiver under coverage there. Throws this one. That's going to get enough there to get the first down, as that's going to be Boyd working his way there to a first down. Places him at the 40-yard line. Titans get the first down. We'll see if they can keep adding on to this. As again, they find a receiver there. Nice catch and throw. As Will Levis finds his receiver there. Okokwan finds himself there at the 47-yard line for another first down. 1st and 10. Drop back here for Levis. Levis here going to heave this one here high and deep to the back of the end zone there, but it's going to get tipped away. Great job there at the last second there from the defense of Jacksonville. So now Levis is going to have to go again here. Of course, that was a nice deep ball, but the defender able to get his hands over it. Now Levis here throws a screen pass. That's going to be well caught there. And we're going to make a nice play as we're able to make a stop. And that's going to be a first, or it's going to be just short of the first down. 3rd and 5 coming up. Levis here drops back here, throws one rocket right there at the 40, or inside the 40 there. And that's going to be a Conquo again making another great catch there for first down. So we're going to try to see if somebody could please put a body on him. 1st and 10, ball on the 32-yard line, and that time we're able to make a great stop as I believe Campbell gets there on the makes the break up on that potential pass. So incomplete pass, 2nd and 10 coming up. quick pass there to the halfback there, Tony Pollard. And a nice go there from the defense as they make a nice stop there, pushing him out of bounds. So 3rd down coming up. And Levis here, he's going to get taken down there in the backfield. Great play. As I believe that is Armstead who makes the stop. Great player. No, Gibson, excuse me. Gibson makes a great stop there as he's able to track down the QB. And that's going to push them back here now. Now they're going to be in a punting situation, I would imagine. As, yep, that's exactly what they're going to do here is punt this ball. So 4th and 22 coming up here for the Titans. As this ball is going to be punted. And it's going to be punted there near the about the 16-yard line or so. So good job there on that drive there for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Is now with 2:51 left here in the first half. We can try to extend this drive or extend this lead that we have right now. If we can make some good plays coming up here, as we see Johnson makes a decent carry there for a gain of 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Ball near the 20. Quick pass there, nice screen pass there to Johnson. Johnson going to run this one, and he is going to finally get pushed out as he's near the 29-yard line. Making a nice 1st and 10 there, and that'll be it for the 2. That'll be for the 2-minute warning, actually. 2 minutes left here in the first half. 10-6 here. Tennessee trying to make a defensive stop here. Jacksonville right now being pretty dominant here on these last 2 drives now. As we'll see, oh, nice hit there, but even a better catch, as we'll see a nice catch there for Jacksonville. As now we'll see, Trevor Lawrence here calling his own number. He's going to slide this one all the way down to the Titans' 40-yard line. Big run there from T-Law. Very confident there that time. And he's going to get the first down. As we'll see here, that's going to be Ingram for the catch. And Ingram gets the catch, try to turn up the field, but he'll get stopped. And timeout being called here now. As Tennessee trying to get this Jacksonville team off the field here, but they're having a really tough time. 2nd and 10, minute left here in the half. And a quick pass there up the middle. That's going to go to Gabe Davis. As now trying to get everybody up on the line here. 1st and 10 after the big first down there from Davis. Man in motion. That'll be Thomas. And drop back. Looking down the field here. And T-Law here. He's going to go ahead and call his own number again. And this time inside the 20 as they call a quick timeout with 20 seconds left. Nice run there from T. Lawrence. As Lawrence scampers there for a nice first down. So now with 1 timeout remaining here in the half. 20 seconds left. Trevor Lawrence looks down the field here. Throws a quick screen pass there. That's going to go to Johnson. And Johnson's going to be at the 7-yard line. And now they're going to have to burn their last timeout now. The question is, what are they going to do after this timeout? 9 seconds left here. You could have run at least 2 plays if you can get the ball, throw it, catch it, and then get down the field. We'll see this one here, and wide open, Gabe Davis there. Touchdown, Jacksonville. What a play there. Nobody was covering him whatsoever. All he did was just go up the field, turn around, and look at that white space right there. Nobody's watching whatsoever, and he is in the end zone. Great play, great finish there, and a great job there of taking the lead now here as we go into the half. So now just 6 seconds left here in the first half. We'll see a deep ball there. That's going to be batted away, and that is going to be it for the first half. As Coach Bonds is liking with his team here, I'm sure he was hoping for a better, better first half, a little more quicker, more high octane first half. But hey, it's a team that we're familiar with. Both teams know what they can and cannot do, and I think for the most part here, it's been a pretty successful game for us. here today. So we take a look around the league here. We got the Jets right now leading this one in Miami 28-7, as Aaron Rodgers has now thrown three receiving touchdowns in that game. As we go up to Philly, we'll see the Phillies taking on the Panthers, and Jalen Hurts having a little bit of a slow game here today. He has one touchdown, but he's right now leading that one against Jacksonville. Or excuse me, against not Jacksonville, against the Panthers. And then we take a look here in Minnesota. Minnesota right now trailing. They're 6-6 right now in the season, but they're trailing that one against Atlanta, 10-7. So as we go into the second half here, I'm hoping that we'll see the ball a little bit more on the ground from Johnson, even though Etienne's not out of the game. Even though he is out of the game. I really don't want us to ban the running game there. So I'm really hoping that we can keep the running game going, utilize Johnson a little bit more, and that, of course, still take the pressure off of Trevor in this half. And, of course, we can open up the playbook a little bit more and get, Thomas as well. Because Thomas, I think he needs at least another catch or so here. And, of course, get Christian Kirk involved as well. So there you see Johnson running that ball nicely there for 6 on that carry. 2nd and 4 coming up as the ball's at their own 35, and a quick pass there. And that is going to be Ingram on the catch as they do convert there for the first down. So now 1st and 10, ball on their own 40. Pass there, that's going to be caught. And I don't see how you got that one to Kirk, because Kirk was covered pretty well. But Kirk's able to get the catch for the 6 yards. 2nd and 4 coming up here. Hand off there to Johnson, and look at that. Nice run there. That's what I'm saying. We got to just keep feeding him the ball and let him really just really wear down that front 7 there of the Titans. So now dropping back here. Quick pass there. That's going to go to Thomas again, and Thomas able to get the reception. Of course, gets himself another first down here for Jacksonville. All the 34-yard line now in Tennessee territory. Pass there. That's going to be a short pass, and that's going to be, again, eating up some more yardage there. That's a gain of 9 on the play. Makes it now 2nd and 1 coming up. So G-Law here drops back in the pocket. Looks there. He fires that one to the left-hand side there, and Singleton will make the tackle. But it's already too late, as that's going to be enough there for the first down. So now 1st and 10 here with 7:24 left here in the third quarter. Hand off to Johnson, and look at this. Another good run there from him, as T-Law and this offense has been doing a great job of using both the run and the pass here in this drive. And I'm pretty sure the Titans are just wondering, like, how can we stop them here? So now 1st and goal, ball at the 9-yard line. Pass play there. Good block there. And they're going to say he is going to be a touchdown. That is Christian Kirk into the end zone. His 2nd receiving touchdown here today. Great blocking there. Utilized that block there in front of Gabe that Gabe Davis gave him. And he's able to get there. And, of course, he crosses gets to the pylon there and makes a nice play. Nice drive there. Nice finish. And now 24-7 here in Nashville. So see, Nashville has the football now, and they'll throw that one. And that pass there to Pollard as he goes out of bounds coming out of the backfield. That'll be a 8-yard reception there for him. So Tennessee having a really tough time here trying to move the football, as they've just had some stall drives. As Pollard now has the football, he finds his way around that edge there and gets to the 46-yard line for Tennessee first down. But yeah, Titans drives have been really stalling here. Of course, they've gone for it on 4th down, and there you see a quick pass That one, there's the Edmonds trying to make a hard hit there, but the receiver is able to hold on to the football. So now 2nd and 9 coming up on the 47. And handoff there to Pollard again here, and Pollard going to try to run here as he does, and that's going to be a nice carry there for him. As now he's getting to the 45 here in Jaguar territory. 3rd and 2 coming up. Hopkins in motion. Pass up the middle there. That's going to be thrown, and this is going to go to their tight end. Oh, my goodness. He finds his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. As Okonkwo finds his way into the end zone. Nice job there from him. And, of course, they've been targeting him quite often there, especially the latter part of the first half. And now he has found his way into the end zone. And the Titans back in the game here now with this touchdown. It's going to be 24-13. So 5 plays, 70 yards there on that drive. We'll see if, of course, we can try to tack on some more points here ourselves. As we take a look at some highlights here so far of Trevor Lawrence here today. And he's been doing a great job there, especially connecting with Christian Kirk. And the two of them have been putting on a really good game here now. We'll see if we can tack on some more points here now. Try to extend this lead even more so. Especially now since Tennessee's able to get a score. Pass there. That's going to be a reception. A great throw. As that goes to Thomas Jr. for the first down. Nice throw there at the 37. So now 1st and 10. Hand off to Johnson again. They're going to utilize Johnson in this running game, which is really going to set up for us to eventually get a big passing game like we passing, and of course a touchdown here like we just seen that last drive there with Christian Kirk. 2nd and 6. T-Law here throws this one there. A little off balance, but he's able to find a receiver. And that's going to be a reception there. It's going to be a 3rd and 3 coming up. So now 3rd and 3, ball their own 44-yard line. See a quick drop back here, pass there. Good blocking there. As I'm going to say, or at least decent blocking there as McCurry did get to the halfback, and that's going to end up stopping our drive here as they put a stall on us. So we're going to punt the ball here. They're on 16-yard line. We'll see what they can do now. So 1st and 10. And hand off there to Pollard, and Pollard will, of course, be quickly stopped, but yet he will get some nice gains there, as he'll get about a gain of 6 on that carry. 24-13. Less than 2 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Hand off there. That's going to be Pollard, and Pollard breaks off tackles. Pollard going down the sideline to the 25. A big run there, by far his biggest run here today's game. As that is not what the Jacksonville Jaguars defense was looking for there. As now we'll see ball at the 26-yard line, pass, and it's going to be completed. And that's going to be a nice catch there to their tight end, as he's going to be placed at the 18-yard line. Ball now sitting at the 18. And we'll see a handoff there again, and Pollard running this one here with no problems, as he's starting to give problems now to the Jacksonville defense here, as he is now inside the 10 here and now threatening to make a score. Ball on the 7-yard line here, 1st and goal. Levis here throws this one up there. That's going to be tipped away, but unfortunately, hopefully this is not for us. That is a pass interference call, and oh, it is. It is. It's going to be on Tyson Campbell, and it's going to be half distance to the goal. It's going to be placed at the 1-yard line. What is Campbell thinking there? We'll see here. Handoff there. That's going to be Pollard, and Pollard does not really get anything. Just back to the line of scrimmage on that play. And that'll be it for the 3rd quarter. We go to the 4th and final quarter here. Titans are starting to try to come back in this one here. It is 24-13 as we go into the 4th quarter. And we'll see what the Titans have in store for the Jacksonville. Of course, Jacksonville would love to, of course, get the ball back here and, of course, put some more points on the board. Levitt's here now, drops back in the pocket, scrambling around here. He can't find nobody here. He's going to get sacked in the backfield. That's his third sack now here from this defense as Smith makes the tackle. And that is going to be a great play there for us. As, of course, now we're going to be forcing them now to, if they want any kind of points here, they better take the 3. We'll see what they'll try to do here. As, oh no, it's going to be a third down. Excuse me. It's going to be third down. So it's going to be putting back at the 16-yard line. 3rd and goal. They can get a little bit more space here for a shot at the field goal, but no, it's going to be a sack there. Nice play as they get to the quarterback there on that play. And oh no, Armstead going to have to come off the field as he's limping. Hopefully that is not a serious injury. So here we are now with a 38-yard attempt. Kick is up, and the kick is good. And that has no problem there for Tennessee as they put some points on the board. Of course, they would like to, be where they were at beforehand, be on that 1-yard line and getting close to a touchdown. But they'll go ahead and take those 3. So now 24-16 here. Now we really need to get a drive going here and get in the end zone. As we'll see a quick pass there to the left-hand side. That's going to be thrown there to Christian Kirk, and that'll be a catch there for a few yards. Jump now to a 3rd and 5. Crucial 3rd down here. We'll see Lawrence here calls his own number, and he is going to try to run this one to the 1st down marker, but he's going to get stopped as Sweat makes a nice tackle there on the QB. And now the question is, what are they going to do here on 4th and 1? Do we go for it, or do we just play the field game here? Of course, last time we punted the ball there, Tennessee able to find a way to move the football very well and, of course, get all the way down to the point until they were at the 1 before we start pushing them back. As we'll take a look here at the highlights. And it's been a very good game here for the defense. We've got a hold of this quarterback 3 times now. And the question is, can we continue doing that here and make sure they don't get up the field like they were in that last drive? 1st and 10 coming up here. The ball they're on 26-yard line. Pass there. That's going to go to Okafo. As he is making a nice day there for himself, getting several receptions. And, of course, there you see our takeaways here. So now 3rd and 6 coming up. Levis here throws this one. That's going to be a screen pass. That's going to be enough for the 1st down for Pollard, as he's going to get there to the 44 or 43-yard line on that carry or on that reception there from him. So nice screen pass there. They get a great blocking there. Use the blocker very well. And, of course, now at the 43. 1st and 10. Jacksonville, or I should say Jacksonville, of course, trying to prepare themselves for the pass. On the other hand, Tennessee here, they're throwing a straight. Oh, wow, look at that trickery here from them. As they do a double kind of a quarterback or, toss play there. Nice job there on that little trickery there. And then ball is going to be dropped as it's going to be an incomplete pass. They're looking at 4th and 6. Now, I would imagine they'll probably try to go for it here, but they're thinking more about field position here, even though we have not, and I think they're probably right, because we have not been able to score since the early part of the 3rd quarter here now, and we're kind of getting a little restless here. We got to try to get some points here, because we've been giving up too many here to Tennessee, getting them a chance to creep back in this game here. We got to try to seal the deal here on this drive. So 7:19 left here, as we'll see the ball at the 26-yard line here for the Jaguars. As we'll see a run there as McCready makes the tackle. So 2nd and 7. Ball near at the 30-yard line. Handoff. No play action. That one being rifled there. That's going to be thrown, and that's going to be Gabe Davis as he gets all the way inside deep into the Tennessee side of the field. They get a great catch. As we take a look at the replay there from Lawrence. Nice tight spiral there to Davis as he's going to get that one inside the 40. And there you see the coach there for Tennessee saying, what happened to that coverage there? Ball 36-yard line, handoff to Johnson, and Johnson is end up losing a yard there. A nice stop there from Murray. It makes it now a third and 11. So now 3rd and 11 coming up. Drop back here from Lawrence. Lawrence, deep pass there to Gabe Davis, and Gabe Davis finds his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. As Jacksonville doing a great job. Look at this play right here. Leaving that gap right there wide open for him. And he finds his way into the promised land there. Nice play. Nice finish there from Jacksonville. And Jacksonville now has a nice secure lead here for themselves here. It's now a 2-possession lead here. 31-16. So let's see if we can get a quick 3 and out here. We got about 5:34 left here in the 4th quarter. Let's see if we can try to get this ball back here and, of course, run out the clock. As we see Levis there gets tackled for a huge loss again. As that's going to be his 4th sack now here against his defense. And Hamilton will do a great job of getting to the quarterback and making a nice play. So now the ball's going to be placed at the 17-yard line here for Tennessee. It's going to be a 2nd and 22. So obviously a passing situation is going to happen here. We'll see if we can make a stop. Screen pass there to Tony Pollard. Pollard's going to get this one. Pollard's going to get it on the other side of the 20, near the 25, for now a 3rd and 16. So they got to get this ball inside the 40. And see a pass there. That's going to be a deep pass, and they get the catch. Great job there for the tight end, Ofikono, as he makes a great catch there for a huge first down there for Tennessee. Tennessee has a man in motion. Levitt here drops back in the pocket. He scrambles off, gets hit as he threw the football there, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. And nice job there from the defense, trying to put that pressure on him, as they did not let him have too much of a run around there to really set himself up to be able to look down the field, as he just had to throw that one away. 2nd and 10 here now. Levis again here, scrambling here, and gets hit as he threw the football there. And nice stop there for the defense, as they get a nice hit there on the QB that time around. Now 3rd and 10 coming up. Ball at midfield. Man in motion. Drop back. And Levis here scrambling around here, fires this one there, and that is going to be caught, but it's going to be well short of the first. He's getting everybody up on the line here now, 4th and inches. Levis here drops back in the pocket, throws a pass there. That's going to be caught, and that's going to be enough there for the first down. As he's getting his guys back on the line here. Ball down to 26. Levis here now running here, is trying to scramble, and he's only going to get a yard off that play. Again, no huddle. So trying to get everybody on the line here. Levis here again drops back here, throws this one there. That receiver cannot hold on to that. It's Bird, I believe. And he will drop that one. So now 3rd and 9 coming up. Ball placed at the Jacksonville 25. Levis here drops back in the pocket. He does not see, I don't see how he did not see either one of those men there, but he gets sacked for a huge loss. Now it's a 4th and 22. Pass here, and that one's going to be broken up. Great job there for the defense. And now with 2:05 left here, we can have control of this ball game and finish it, as we do a great job there denying Vandy Vanette there a chance to really get to that ball. So now Trevor Lawrence and the Jags can come out here and make a great play here to finish this one off, and of course defeat the Jaguars here at their home stadium. Let's see what we can do here. 31-16. Of course, we got to be cautious here. Make sure we don't drop the football here. As we'll see a nice run there from Johnson. A flag will be is going to be called. And that'll be on us. It'll be holding. And that'll be a 10-yard penalty there off of Ingram on that play. So now 1st and 20 now. We'll see a handoff. And again, another nice run as we get now to the 2-minute warning. So now with less than 2 minutes left here in this ball game here. 2nd and 13. Hand off to Johnson again. Johnson trying to maneuver around the defense, and he'll get a couple of yards now, looking at a pretty promising 3rd down. And the timeout being called by Tennessee, their first here now in the second half. So now we'll see drop back here for Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence finds a reception there. That's going to be Thomas on that catch. And that's going to be a huge 1st and 10. What a play there. Able to go upfield, turn around real quick, realize that the ball was going to be in his, coming his way, and he did a great job there holding on to it. As we'll see this run here, but we're going to be cut short there. As Singleton makes him and a couple other people there make a nice play there on the ground. Let's take a look at the replay here, and just went to the wrong gap there that time. He should have went up to, should have stayed to the far right there. And when that gap right there, he would have had a clean, a clean run there to the end zone. Minute 44 left here, 2nd and 10 coming up. And Johnson again here, he's going to get met up on a wall there. Why are they running the ball that way? Do they not see that wall being brought up there on that left-hand side? But we'll see what they can do here on this 3rd and 12. Ball at the 47. We'll see here. Play clock running down the 2. Handoff to Johnson again. And that'll put him at the 43-yard line, as there's less than a minute left here in this ball game. 31-16. 30 seconds left here. And they're going to go ahead and punt this one here, as this punt is going to go up. And this punt is going to have him at the 5-yard line. So, well, Levis here, he has a big, tall order here. He's going to have to get down the field here quickly. Then get an onside kick just to get the ball back, and then do it again here. But first, let's see what he can do here on this drive. Pass is going to be out of bounds for whatever reason. And now we're looking at 16 seconds now in the game. Now 2nd and 10. We'll see a drop back here for Levis. Levis here jumps up in the pocket here, looking down the field here, and he's still going to throw it away as a defender there right in front of him, trying to make the play. It's now 3rd and 10. Ball still at the 5-yard line here. Levis here drops back here, throws this one. He's going to throw it out of bounds as he just was rushed. I think he felt like there was just nobody there covered. Everybody was pretty well covered, and he just got to get rid of the football. So now 4th and 10. Last chance now for Tennessee to try to get something going. As we'll see Levis here throws this one up here. He's going to throw this high and deep, hoping that somebody will come down with it. And it almost was a white jersey that did. And that is going to be your ball game. Final score 31-16 here in Tennessee, as the Titans lose to us for the first time this season, and we're able to continue our winning streak that we've been on as of late since losing to the Vikings. We pick up the win here today. Nice job there, as we are able to get a nice victory, and of course that's going to help us even more so here now, as we got a couple more games left to play. We still got to play them here. Of course, Titans, but this time the second game will be at home for us, as this is a really good overall good game there for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And of course, especially the second half, ran the ball exactly the way I wanted to. Johnson really did a great job there, stepping up and making some good plays there. Make some big, gaping runs. and able to eat up a lot of the yardage there. Was it rushing yards? 119 for the day, 260 there for us, and of course touchdowns as well. Pretty good showing there. Red zone, pretty decent red zone. We had 3 red zone touchdowns at 75% for the day, so not bad at all. And then of course no turnovers for either side, no fumbles, no interceptions. So a pretty clean game for both quarterbacks there. What they were showing off there, but of course we took advantage of the chances they took on 4th down, and of course had good field position there, and of course we were able to get ourselves into the end zone and making some big plays there with Gabe, and of course with Kirk as well. And Trevor, really, he knew that this game was big. It was a important game for us because, like I said, this is the first time we've seen him this late in the season. And, now we got 1 of 2 games over them this season. So now we're looking for at least 1 more game against them, and, of course, 1 more game against the Colts. And we got a clean sweep with everyone in the division, believe it or not. So as you take a look here at Levitt's numbers there, 28 of 44, 261. He also had a touchdown. They had a little trick play, too, which I thought was really nice. Actually walked in on that right as that play was being made. I'm like, what? Like, are you kidding me? I actually got to go back and watch the replay. I'm like, you tricky sons of a bit, that was really good. So it was nice to see something like that in a simulation like this. Tony Pollard, 7 catches, 42 yards for him. Okuno. There you see, I have a tough time saying his name. Jeez. I do apologize for butchering it. I think I've said it like 3 or 4 different ways. But 6 catches, 109 yards, and a touchdown for him. Ridley, there you see, 5 catches for 43. Boyd, 6 catches for 39. So their tight end was the only guy that really did anything for them production-wise when it came to touchdowns and yardage. For them. So kind of a really tough day, but hey, we did a good job there covering those receivers. We knew that would be important, especially against Hopkins. That would be, he's a veteran, he's been in the game for a while, he knows how to play very well. Singleton had the most tackles there for 11, so there you see his numbers there. Simmons, 5 touchdowns, or 5 tackles for him. He had a couple of TFLs as well. And then we'll take a look at the sacks. They did not get us at all in sacks or interceptions, which I'm very happy with. And of course, no defensive touchdowns for them. On the flip side here, Trevor Lawrence, 25 of 30, 260 for him, as well as had 4 touchdowns in the game. So a really nice day there for him in the passing game. On the ground, like I mentioned already, pretty nice day there for Johnson. Of course, I wish we got him in the end zone, but he had 16 carries for 71 yards. Christian Kirk, not a huge numbers when it comes to receiving wise, but he did have 2 touchdowns were big for us, 7 catches for 49 yards. Really nobody except for Gabe Davis, the only one that came close to 100 yards, but he came at 93, 4 catches and 2 touchdowns for him. So not a huge day receiving wise for us when it comes to passing yards, but those guys both get 2 touchdowns apiece in that game. That's very helpful for us. And then of course take a look at the rest of the defensive numbers there for the most part here. Some of the notables: Robinson Harris, 3 tackles, a tackle for loss. Edmonds, 12 tackles. He had the most tackles for us. He also had a TFL and a sack. Olakon had 11 tackles, a tackle for loss. Lloyd, 7 tackles, a tackle for loss. Let's see, sacks wise, Walker had a sack, so did Smith, and also Hines Allen, who had a pretty quiet day there, a tackle for loss, and a sack for him. So quiet day for Hines Allen. Hopefully he will get himself going there coming up when we get ready to play the Jets coming up here in episode 8. But the Lloyd, there you see there, Devon Lloyd there, he's got a nice upgrade there. Of course, Trevor Lawrence had a nice skills points there, as he had a pretty decent day. And of course, we're going to upgrade his field general there, which is his thing that we're looking at for team fit there for us. Cisco's going to be out. He's going to be out for 5 weeks with a dislocated knee. And look at that, quad tear. Just when we really need him right now, ETN goes down. He'll be out for 7 weeks. That means he'll be out for the majority of the rest of the regular season, and possibly even more so, depending on if we get to the Super Bowl. It's likely his season's done. So as we take a look here at the standings right now, 12-1 for Jacksonville, 7-6 for Tennessee, along with the Colts and Titans are all tied right now in that in the basement there in our division. And so I'm sure that the Colts and Titans will be looking to get revenge on us in the next 2 episodes here coming up. Now, we'll be taking on the Jets coming up in the next week. They are currently 10-3, and that'll be a home game for us, as the Jets are playing some really good football, surprisingly enough. Aaron Rodgers, possibly his last season there with the Jets, so he's trying to make a good impression here and try to get a good run here for them. But we'll see if we can try to slow him down and, of course, take over and get a victory there at home in our home stadium there in Jacksonville, as the crowd will be definitely looking to help us to get our 13th win of the season as we take on the Jets. And of course, we also will see the Raiders in action as well, as we'll have that game part of the episode as well. So those will be 2 games there in that episode. We'll see. I don't know how we're going to do it. I know the Jets game, I definitely want to show that full. The Raiders game, we may just watch the second half of that one, regardless of what happens. So yeah, we'll see how things go. I think that might be the setup that we might end up having in the next one, because I don't want to have a hour and a half, 2-hour video of this, unless you guys want to. But you know, for the sake of my voice and whatnot, I think that's what we'll end up doing. Just do the second half of the Raiders game there, because Raiders right now not playing too well. So we'll see how we'll fare against them. We should be doing fairly well against them, but you know. But that is it for this episode of the Mission Recondition series here at the Jacksonville Jaguars on the Proud. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you happen to be new. Hit that bell notification so you guys be notified of this series or any other series here on the channel. And of course, all that helps us with the channel, and of course getting the series out there, so it can be on the YouTube algorithms and all that crazy stuff. But thank you guys so much for watching, and of course stay tuned for more here on the channel. But yeah, so far this has been a fun year, this first year here, and of course you know, the question is, can we build onto this? And I'm hoping that we can. I think I'm gonna make a few tweaks since now ETN's not in the lineup here. He's gonna be out for a while there, so Johnson will be a part of that. So I'm hoping that we can run the ball just a little bit more with him and get him involved just a lot more. But we'll see how that goes here coming up against the Jets. As always, guys, have a great day, have a great weekend. Whenever you're watching this, just have a great day. And as always, keep yourselves and each other healthy, and I will see you all next time.